Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So today we will be discussing sentence structure. Let's look at this word first. It means what is the structure of a sentence, right? Like if I break down a sentence that I speak, we will be looking at its structure. In other words, if I am to simply describe it in simple words, it represents how parts of a sentence are arranged. For example, there is a sentence, the boy eats an apple. If I am to reverse it, or if I am to, change the placement of these parts, for example, and eats boy the apple, it wouldn't be correct. Okay. So these things require proper placement. And what is their placement in a sentence? That we will be discussing today. It is what sentence structure represents. Okay. So, sentence structure, as I have already discussed with you, that these parts are basically something that are driving a sentence. In grammar, we have named these specific parts, that what will come in the starting, what comes in the start, what comes in the middle, and what comes at the end. So, I can never say eats the boy. So, we have discussed in the earlier lecture that a verb is basically an action word. Hence, eat over here is a verb. That's clear. And that's a nucleus of any sentence. That's an engine of any sentence. Okay, so it means that the central place would be occupied by the verb. That's clear for us that this is one of the parts in a sentence. So, what is the boy and what is an apple? We have it as a noun over here. The boy is the noun. And what he is doing is he is performing the action. He is eating the apple. All right. So he is doing, hence he's the doer. And that doer in grammar is specifically called as subject. All right. So he is performing the action. And on what is the action being performed? Or what is receiving the action is called as object in grammar. Because if we are saying that an action word or the action is the nucleus of a sentence, then there must be a doer in the sentence who is performing the action. So the one who is performing the action in a sentence is called the subject, and the one who is receiving the action in the sentence is called as the object. And its placement in English is somewhat like this. If I am to write its structure, it's subject plus verb plus object. As in this sentence, the boy eats an apple. But it can also be somewhat like this. Let's take an example. He sleeps. Now, over here, we do not have any object. Where is the verb? Sleeps is a verb, and he is a subject. He is the doer. He is performing the action. Hence, the sentence structure over here changed, which is subject plus verb. So, we do not need object over here to complete the sentence. So we are discussing different types of sentence structures, over here. So one is in which there is an object which is required after the verb. One is where there is no object after the verb. subject and verb have completed the sentence. And there is another one which is, let's take an example. He gave me a pen. So over here, where is the verb? The verb is here. Where is the subject? It's over here. And where is the object? Which one of these is the object? Both of them are the object. One is indirectly receiving the action and the other one is directly receiving the action. He gave what? A pen. It's the direct object that he has given, right? And to whom he has given, it's an indirect object. I have written it as IO, indirect object and direct object. So over here, you can see the placement of the or of object. Two objects have changed the sentence structure again, and it has become subject plus verb plus indirect object and a direct object. The third sentence structure, which can be formed as well. If we have a sentence like they are happy or they are sad. So they, okay, it's the subject. Are is a verb, an auxiliary verb or a linking verb, you can say over here. What is happy? Happy is an adjective because it is telling us the quality, the trait. So it's not an object, it's not a noun. So this will be considered as a complement. We will say that it's a complement, nothing else. Over here, the sentence structure has also changed and become subject plus verb plus C. So these are the four types of sentence structure which can be asked from you in the paper. Subject and object will always be a noun. And what is a noun? Noun is the name of a person, place, or thing. And what is a verb? Verb is an action word. You already know that. We have already discussed it, what a verb is. I hope this is clear to you all. Now we will be moving on towards a small exercise for you. So I have a few sentences written for you over here. Your task is to identify subject, verb, and object in these sentences. So I'll be using yellow for the verbs. I'll be using red for the subject and blue for the object. Let me quickly revise the concept for you. Subject is the doer, object is the receiver of an action, and verb is basically an action word. In the sentence, Ali eats an apple, eats is a verb. What is Ali? Ali is the subject. And an apple is an object. An apple is an object. In sentence number 2, the teacher gave homework. The teacher is a subject. Gave is verb. And homework is an object. Let's move on to sentence number 3. Sarah reads a book. I will first identify the verb. Reads is a verb. Sarah is the doer. Sarah is the subject. And book is an object. Let's move on to sentence number 4. They play cricket. We'll identify the verb first. Play is the verb. Then subject. They is the subject because it's performing the action. And cricket is the object. I saw a bird. Saw is the verb. I is a subject. A bird is a is an object. Let's move on to sentence number 6. We watched a movie. Watched is a verb, we is a subject, and movie is object. He kicked the ball. Kicked is the verb. He is performing the action, hence it's a subject, and the ball is an object. So that's it from my side for today. And I hope that the concept of subject, verb, object, and what are the sentence structures, different types of sentence structures, they are clear to you. I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, take care. Goodbye.